Hey guys, Doulos here. Wanted to share with you a little bit about the Condor Centurion duffel bag. I picked this bag up about 4 months ago. I was getting ready to take a cross-country trip out to Montana actually, and I have some luggage, but I was looking for something a little easier to carry, something that I could stow away actually. My luggage was a little bit too big for a stowaway. I had some rolling luggage, some traditional luggage that's worked fine for business trips and travel. But when I was going across country to Montana a few months ago, I did not want to check any baggage. I didn't want any risk of losing anything on the trip out there. I was out there for about 6 days, and I wanted to make sure that no time was wasted with lost luggage. And I wanted to make my flight a little bit easier just to have carry-on. My current luggage was a little too big for carry-on, so I was looking for the traditional bag, a rolled bag, you know, the hard suitcases. Everything I found was either a little too big, a little too expensive, and wasn't too much different than what I had. Nothing really checked all the boxes. I had been eyeing up the Condor Colossus duffel bag for a while. I just never pulled the trigger. I never needed it. And I was looking at that one again this time, but that one was still too big. It looks like a great bag, but it was too big for carry-on. What I discovered was this bag, the Centurion. It's 10 inches high by 20 inches wide by about 9 inches deep. They say it's about 30 liters. This is the OD green. I've kind of been an OD green kick lately. You know, I was hoping to be able to use it for travel and then also for any range use, so it was sort of my excuse to get OD green. But I've used this bag on 2 trips. Like I said, the first one, Montana, the second one was a business trip, and it performed fantastic. I guess I'll start on the side. It's got a nice compartment for boots, and I say I just stuffed these in here, but it held the boots fine, and get those out of the way. Still got some dirt and debris in there from hiking out there. But plenty of room for boots, plenty of room for equipment. I brought lots of changes of clothes. There was some fluctuation in the weather. Wasn't really sure what I was going to face. I was hiking. This thing held up fine. It was full to the brim, but I had plenty of room on the sides in here because I didn't want to get it to expand out. It fit within the carry-on dimensions. The bag could have gone wider and definitely deeper if I stuffed it more full. But definitely you could use this for, you know, a week if you packed right. I also had my backpack with me as carry-on, and it was actually classified as a personal item. And there was plenty of stuff with, even with the camera gear, books, boots, some food stuff, some hiking gear. It was good to go. Made a couple changes. One was adding this pad to the shoulder strap. Shoulder strap's just this very simple webbing, and I needed a little padding. It was obviously the bag was full, and I didn't want to just deal with this. In fact, I wasn't using the backpack straps at the time because I had the other backpack. So this was slung over my shoulder, and also used these straps. I think that overall that held up really well. And the only issue I had was in Denver at a layover, and I had to hoof it pretty far in a short amount of time, and this thing was rubbing, and I really wish I was using the backpack straps at the time. I've used them since then, and it's fantastic. Really holds the bag well, and they're actually pretty comfortable for what it is. I mean, they're not the most padded thing in the universe, but they work. And then the other thing was coming home at an airport locally around here that was in the middle of the night, and nothing was open. I had to hoof it again with this over, so I got a little sore. My little snowflake shoulder got a little sore, but other than that, this is really my only complaint for the bag is the shoulder strap. You notice some red sticking out here. I just added a couple red cheap carabiners off of Amazon. I kind of went nuts with them on the trip just so I could buckle everything together, keep it kind of secure, and, you know, just keep things more locked down, and also so I could pick it up. I mean, not so many people have an OD green bag, so it kind of stuck out kind of nicely if I ever had to put it down anywhere. In fact, on one of the puddle jumper flights, they did have to stow it underneath, so it was nice to be able to see it. But again, you know, I kind of went this way so I could pick up the bag quick if I did have to do anything with it and see where it was. I also put these paracord loops on the end just so I could identify it. Red kind of stuck out, and I had some red left over from doing an IFAC a couple years ago for the pull tabs. And then I also have a med bag upstairs that we use for the family that has red all over it, just so you know where the pull tabs are on the black bag. And again, I just wanted something to identify here. In the front, it's got a window for identification. I've got mine flipped around here, obviously, but I've got a business card and then my home address on that card in there, just in case. But again, the bag is decent sized duffel. It seems to be constructed fairly sturdy. It does have a mess of straps here on the top, but you've got the side handles, nice little pull, grab handle here, very nice soft construction, thick construction. Behind that you do have a shoulder strap, which does have these sort of cheap D-rings, but they work, or buckles and D-ring, and this can obviously come off and you could stow this if you wanted, which I may actually do. Then it has the shoulder straps, which are adjustable. Again, very simple shoulder strap. The padding's light, but it works well. And the way this stows is this has some hook and loop here. These unhook from down here, and you can just stow them in this top compartment, which is what I did for the first trip. But since then on business, this has actually been way better than having a suitcase. I tend to take quarterly or a little more than quarterly business trips a couple states away, and it's nice to have a bag that I can quick grab. I don't have to deal with dragging a suitcase through a hotel. I just sling it over my shoulder, and it's good to go. Especially when I'm carrying a laptop bag too. So this side is large. One on the top is the boot compartment. Very deep. You know, it doesn't have to be, but you can use it for boots. If you need all the interior space, you got it. Deep, decent construction. You know, if you're carrying it every day, you know, I assume it would hold up. I've been using that Condor backpack for several years now, and it's held up nicely. And this is very similar construction to that, which is why I kind of went with Condor again. And then the outside is sort of a document pouch or accessory pouch. Not very deep, but good for quick access. And there's one of those on both sides. On the side here, there is a side pouch, same deal, a little bit wider, a little more reach in there. And you have one of those on both sides of the bag. And then the meat and potatoes, Benny Duffel is the middle. It's got a nice U opening on the top, so it flips open nicely. Has these mesh pockets on top. I've actually got some cell phone charging stuff in here. I think I've kept medicine and things. Just nice, decently thick mesh pockets in here. And then the padding, even on the front too, when you're wearing a backpack, it works really well no matter what you have in here, unless obviously it's like rocks or something sharp. Interior, nice open space, no frills, just kind of lined in the inside here. Plenty of room, opens up tall and wide, yet it's still flexible enough to fit into some overhead baggage. What I found myself doing on the trip was using the D-ring to lock these up to where at least, you know, maybe someone get a hand in there, but at least it would buy me a little bit of time, and I would know for sure that the stuff isn't just going to open up or spill out. The bottom of the bag is sort of lined here. It's got a rough texture to it. I guess it's a rubber coating with some extra pad over here on the bottom, and good traction. Again, pretty comfortable to wear. Wear it up here. I guess my only qualm, I guess they kind of I guess they had to do that for strength, but having the bottom of the U down at the bottom, you know, kind of leads me to think that, you know, if this opened up, stuff could drop out the bottom there, but just watch what you're doing. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Hopefully this video helped you make up your mind whether this Condor Centurion bag meets your needs, whether it's the right size, whether it's too small, whether it's too big. There were some other ones out there that look like they were bigger in the picture, but they're actually much, much smaller than this one. So as always, guys, thanks for watching. Please like, favorite, subscribe, all that good stuff. And may God bless you and keep standing up for what's right.